Welcome to the stream. Hello. Welcome to Sketch Fighters. I'm Bernard Chang, professional comic book artist. I'm joined tonight with the lovely Courtney.
I'm Sean Chen. That's my head up in the corner.
Let me take off Sean's head. Tech check for chat. Can you guys hear us okay? Yes? No? Kevin P. West, welcome to the stream. I'm Megusi. Welcome to the stream. I Megusi won a sketch the other week.
Oh.
Well, what are we doing today? We're doing a secret project part 2. This is a big secret project. Let me figure out this camera setting here.
Are they playing tennis?
This is gonna be badminton. Badminton.
I'm not used to seeing badminton because I used to play badminton.
Oh yeah.
Actually, yeah, I did. I was actually sponsored by Yonex at one point.
By who?
By Yonex. I did kind of under division or under, what's it called again? Young people. I actually did they have a badminton center in upstate New York.
Yeah.
I did a tournament there. And then I just kind of got exhausted. But I had an old teammate that almost went to the Olympics, but he got burnt out too.
So you were going to go to the Olympics, but what happened?
Oh no, not me. I got into college and I played a little bit locally in San Francisco at that time, and then I stopped. But I did coach a high school badminton team here in San Diego, and they had their most winning team or winning year of all time, and yeah, I'm pretty well known in the badminton scene of San Diego.
Wow.
Yeah, actually, one of Will's old coworkers, when he heard about me for the first time, he asked Will if I played badminton because he knew me from that.
Huh.
So it's funny how different people know me for different things.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but it's the fastest sport in the world. It's far the most challenging sport I've ever played.
Faster than F1?
Well, as far as the bird he's been clocked in is going over, I think, how many miles per hour? Might be close to 300.
The shuttlecock?
Yes.
DYO Pickles here. Kevin P. West plays pickleball. I have not played pickleball yet.
I had a couple older teammates that talk about pickleball, but somebody I knew opened a new badminton gym, and so most of them play there, and I would go there and they just drink and play on their lunch hour.
So in college, do they have, I don't think they have badminton here in the States, right?
Yeah, they would have, there's some college teams, but most of the time, yeah, they wouldn't really.
They're like club teams, or I think they're like club teams, right?
Yeah, they're club teams. So UCSD had one here in San Diego. So I'd play with them when I moved back to San Diego. But yeah, they're kind of, even some community colleges have them.
Huh.
I think it's a very regional thing. So San Diego is pretty, or Southern California is, it's pretty heavy. It's a pretty
there's a lot of Asians.
Yes, which is another thing people like to laugh about my hobbies about. I played one tournament one time, and there was this Chinese player that came, and it was supposed to be. I think uh, I think I was 17 at the time. It was supposed to be 18 and younger, um, and I'm pretty sure she was older. She was tall and big, and she has a shaved head, and she just wrecked me. She was definitely forgot her name, but
So she was
I
too
got
old.
I was like,
They
I'm gonna
cheated.
lose. I'm like, is she? I think she's older. I think she's like in her like.
Do you remember her name? You want to look her up?
I don't remember her name, but yeah, that was in Orange County Badminton Club where they had, which they have people actually go and stay there and to train, and even if they're in high school age, they'll get private tutors there, kind of for upcoming um, uh,
Tournaments?
upcoming like Olympics and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. Are you doing it? Are you doing this for a specific country?
Well, I think it's I'm pulling up reference here. Let me see if
Mm.
I can pull up this reference. Instagram. Go. Okay. So I gotta do the guy on the left. So this is the Taiwanese gold medalist, Olympic gold
Yeah.
medalist team. They beat China, upset China.
Yeah.
And this is like this duo. I think they weren't picked to win or something. I don't know. But they upset the Chinese national team. So
Nice. China doesn't win all the time, actually. I'm kind of out of the loop of who's been the most popular badminton, or like the best Olympians.
yeah.
Actually, Denmark is like the only, probably the best like white people, white people who make it to like some of the.
Why Denmark?
Yeah, I don't know. It's like most other Asian countries, and then Denmark are those are the like the two. I don't know why they raise good badminton players.
Do they have a Olympic history, like history of like champions, or?
Yeah, I think I'm kind of forgetting like the history of badminton in general, but let's see. But yeah, they have really big, tall white guys, and I mean that is a benefit for when you play badminton because
height?
you can. Yeah, well,
really?
Denmark. Yeah, and you can your arm span is your reach.
Oh.
So when you have, I mean, it's you're on a court that's thinner than a tennis court.
Right.
Almost as deep, not as deep, but almost as deep. But if you can get to that birdie on your arm span's like really beneficial.
Shuttlecock.
The shuttlecock, yes. Actually, I got my rackets restrung and bought new shuttlecocks because they're very expensive. It's like $30 a tube.
Really?
Because they're so pricey. And I know I have old teammates that still sell badminton equipment.
Why
and
are
they also have like.
Why are they so expensive? Because they're imported, or the feathers, or
they're imported. Right here. They're Yonex Aerosensa 30s badminton feather shuttlecock.
What is
So They're made by hand.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What is do you know anything about these Taiwanese team?
No, I've been out of the loop. I mean,
what is like
it's good.
what are like okay, so like basketball is known for jumping, speed,
Mm,
cutting, diagonal cutting. What would
mm-hmm.
like badminton attributes be?
Smashing. So
Smashing.
as fast as your smashes. Um, Although if you're a good player, um, you should be able to handle a smash. Um, and what else? Dropping. So that's when you drop like right at the net. And if you kind of tweak the birdie,
Yeah.
you want to get the feathers to come on the bottom so nobody, so, or like kind of turn around because the birdie has the kind of heavy, like nose side of it that naturally drops. And people can return it if you hit that part. But if you kind of spin it, make them hit the feather part, they can't really return it. You have to be good at that. Footwork is big because you don't want to backpedal, so you can be up at the net, but if somebody drives it back, like you have to get way back to the backside. So it's
What if you do you play doubles or singles?
I like singles because I'm able to control the game because it's like chess or checkers or whatever you want to say. Like because I'm gonna be like, hey, you can think ahead. Like I'm gonna drop it, and if they redrop it, then I know my next move, and you're able to really figure out their what their weaknesses are a little faster, and you're able to like really. I didn't. Last time I played doubles just for fun, I accidentally hit this lady in the head. I think I've been banned from playing doubles. I hit her really hard too.
You
I
hit
felt
your
really bad.
partner or you hit the team or the other team?
No, she came back while I was swinging through, just trying to get it. I mean, you just have to have a lot of communication, and I never played with her before either. But I always liked singles because you're able to like really control the game, whereas like doubles, you can't control that much. You're just really, um, taking it step by step. Because you don't know how who's gonna take it, how they're gonna, you know, if your teammate's gonna take the next hit. It's kind of like you got to set it up.
Yeah,
Kind of
is
like
there? I was gonna ask,
basketball.
is there usually like one guy that's like a power guy, the other guy's like,
Yes. Yeah. So mixed doubles, I was always taught was women really take the front. So you're up there in the front, you work the net. Men are in the back because they're stronger. You take, the strong shots. Um, my trick shot a um, is a cross court drops. So that's when you go from like left to right. Not many people were good at that. Yeah. But if you're playing singles, it takes a lot of people from surprise because you start reading how they're gonna move. So that was my shot. That was my trick shot.
I guess today's stream is gonna be about capturing likeness. Because I have to draw. Is that Sean?
Well, the guy in the photo
looks a little like Sean.
I think he used to look like that. Yeah.
Wait, who? The one on the right?
One on the left or the right? The left.
Maybe a combo of both of them.
Okay, Sean, you're making it sound like all Asians look like.
Oh yeah.
It sounds racist.
He has a little bit of a wider face.
Blues Boy asked, what got you interested in badminton? I actually played all sports when I was younger. I played soccer for 12 years, and I played basketball for 8 years. Wow. And I never played softball. I think it was too slow and boring, and I was a very active youth. But then when I got into high school, I got into varsity soccer my first year as a freshman, and they were really, really competitive, and a lot of people didn't like that. So I kind of dropped out because there's the team didn't like that I was a freshman and got varsity. So if nobody's going to pass you the ball and let you, play with them, then I don't know. So, and then the badminton coach asked me, like I'd play in PE and I liked it. And I played tennis as a child too, so it was a racket sport. And she asked me to try out for the team. And as a freshman, I tried out and I was the worst one on the team. And then I practiced really hard, and it was very challenging because it was like nothing I ever played before, which I like that. But it was also very humbling because I was good at basketball and really good at soccer, but it was something you start at the bottom, and then I just kept on playing and yeah.
Does having prior tennis skills help, or does volleyball or basketball skills come more in handy when you're playing badminton?
I would say volleyball would probably be the best, but the crossover of volleyball isn't too strong. There's a lot of tennis players, but the racket is shorter in tennis, and you also use your wrist a lot. So when I tried to play tennis after, I injured my wrist. I sprained it because you're used to flicking. Do a lot of half of it is arm body, and the follow through is in your wrist. So you don't want to flick a tennis ball when it's just too heavy. So,
Sean, have you ever played badminton?
I played when I was, not officially, we had a badminton set as kids. I always liked it because I thought it was one of the slower sports, because that shuttlecock has like a parachute on the back, and then you kind of lob it back and forth. You can take all the time in the world to set up for it because it's just kind of like floating down. But then you said it's one of the fastest, so I guess right off the racket, it's 300 miles per hour. But then every foot it travels, it goes slower and slower until it practically stops in the air, right? So
yeah, I mean, it takes getting used to, but there's different types of shuttlecocks. So you might playing with a plastic one is super slow. You'll never get that speed with a plastic one.
Oh yeah, we only had plastic ones. Yeah.
Yeah. So these ones are heavy. They come in different weights, and they're kind of weighted. So you're basically taking this heavy small thing, and although it does have the feathers in the back, that does change the trajectory, and it does end up slowing down. If you have a lot of power behind it, it's hard to slow it down.
Does this look like the guy? Wait, hold on. Does this look like the guy a little bit?
I think it does.
Chat, Sean?
Yeah.
He's got
I would say that
he has a more rounded chin.
Huh?
I think.
What?
I think he has a more rounded chin. Yours is kind of
well, see, here his chin is kind of pointy.
Yeah. Or pointy, roundy. Pointy, roundy.
I hate doing likenesses.
It's really hard.
Strictly eyeballing the likeness. We're testing skill today. I'm not using any tracing. I'm trying to get this right the first time.
His nose is a little smaller.
The actual nose or this nose that I'm drawing?
Photo. I think maybe it's when things look really flat, it can look wider anyways.
His nose is kind of wide, but it's kind of bulbous.
Yeah, kind of little bulbous at the end.
And his eyes are kind of wide apart.
Oh, yes.
There's a very wide bridge. Huh?
Jesus Christ, Sean.
What?
Well, I said beady, not slitty. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
And his eyebrows, he has this little kind of like this little. His eyebrows are kind of thin, but um, uh, he has a little. It's a little pointy at the end, almost like a constant state of shock or surprise. But his
So is this
eyes.
going to be a superhero-fied version of him?
Yes, this is a combination of last week's uniform design. If you go on, oh, I didn't post it on Discord. We took last week's uniform design, right? And then, oops. And then I went ahead and did one after the stream. So it's slightly modified. This was
Oh,
another
that was a
badminton
sketch
group.
you sent us? It
Yeah.
looked like a finished drawing.
No, it's a sketch. It's pretty sketchy, but if you zoom in, right, see how rough it is. But this is so that they get preliminarily started on everything. Approval for likenesses. Let's see who this girl was. I forgot her name.
Approval for likeness is never a good thing.
Yeah, good thing I don't have to get I don't have to get the actual
Remember you drew
likeness.
Lucy Liu?
Huh? I
You
don't have
drew
to.
Lucy Liu once, and she had approval likeness, and then likeness approval, and then she's like, yeah.
Yeah, she
And
didn't
she
like.
went
She
on
didn't
for
like
like a
it.
paragraph about her eyes, and it's like, come on.
She didn't like her.
I mean,
Well, I parlayed that into a visit. We got to hang out a couple times. Went to her house, and then she
oh
actually
yeah, you
came
turned
over.
that
Yeah.
approval likeness. Yeah, approval was. I mean, the likeness was a problem, so you had to actually see it in person.
So this is this girl here.
Oh, he's a badminton player also.
Yeah. Taiwan excels in badminton. So she has.
Oh, that does look like.
She has kind of wide cheeks. Her eyes are a little bit more circular, whereas the one before, the guy before, his eyes. Let's see if there's other pictures.
Well, you have to draw her from below, which is tough. Did you have to find
tough,
reference from?
You're not gonna have a lot of reference for it, but she does have big ears. Let me see. Look at her big ears. Her ears are kind of big.
Yeah, one jacked arm and one gimpy one.
Yeah. See your knees? Badminton fucks up the knees.
Oh yeah, everyone's got the knees wrapped.
Yeah, that's what usually goes first. It's like there's just so much lunging, hard lunging.
Oh, she's a kid.
I don't know.
Is that her kid?
She has see the vein that runs down the middle of her forehead. It's interesting.
Yeah, that's when she's angry at you. That pops out.
But her nose is a little wider.
And it's good you gave her a headband.
The headband does help because, headband and any kind of like hair, but her hair is tied up in the back. So the thing is, like, when you have hair, it's a great way to differentiate between different people, hairstyle. So.
Oh, I think I've seen her play before. I remember her haircut now.
She won the silver medal. I think I should change her eyes. I was doing this last week after the stream, like in the middle of the night. So let me go back to this.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to go visit her too to get her.
I want to go to a badminton gym in Taipei.
See, like,
I'd be terrible.
think his head is a little bit more round. What's up with chat? Blues Boy said that there's a theme going on here, where a couple weeks ago I drew the French pole vaulter, and now we're on to badminton. James Quo, thank you for the sub with Prime, 39 months. Thank you, James Quo. Jay Dang, resubbed. Thank you, Jay Dang, for the resub. 53 months. Woo! James Quo's here. Good to see James Quo. Mr. Flowers, how are you doing? DYL Pickle, good to see DYL Pickle. Greetings from Melbourne, Crispy Papa. Dr. Midnight, good to see Dr. Midnight. Kevin P. West is here first. How's everybody doing tonight? Sean, anything? I think this looks kind of like the guy. Sometimes, likenesses are weird. I mean, sometimes you get it, and sometimes there's people I just can't get. I think I lucked out on this guy right now. Although, he's got these different kind of hairstyles that are... Anyways.
Likenesses that's hard.
Yeah, I would just turn down that job. I mean, supposedly, the guy who does all the art for Marvel posters, he said that they get to approve all the likenesses, and for the most part, everyone was fine, except for that one gal with the weird flesh antennas. I think she's part Asian, maybe.
Oh, yeah. You mean from Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah, her. Yeah, she rejected every single one and had redraws constant over and over and over again. And she has so much pancake makeup, and she practically had like a mask on the whole time. But she was the pickiest one.
Yeah, when you're doing these kind of likeness projects, the actor or the athlete, they all have approval rights. So that's where it gets real dicey because sometimes it takes forever for them to get back to you when you think, all right, we're good with this, and then B, they'll come back with like little changes that are like head scratching. So
I think the guy that you're drawing has cherub knees. And if you look at his knees, there's like a little baby's face.
Oh yeah, look at that.
He got thick legs. He got the thick Batman legs.
Yeah, they look like little baby faces there.
Yeah, and there's different photos of him, and he looks like he has baby faces in his knees.
Baby faces in his knee. Cherub knees? Is that an actual
cherub? Yeah, a cherub is like an angel.
Yeah, but is that an actual term, or did you just make that up? Cherub knees. I've never heard that before. It was
made up by the guy who, I don't know, what's that one artist that everyone learns, Andrew Loomis, I think.
Are you from a different dimension, Sean? I've never heard.
Andrew Loomis?
No,
cherub
knees. Yeah.
I'm surprised no one used it as like I've written stories that involve cherub knees, kind of like a mythology thing, where, it's like I don't know, it's like a very Greek myth thing.
Sounds like a fetish, Sean. Sounds like certain people are into knees or feet, and now you're into knees. So,
see, this is a great part about drawing digitally. Is I just made like little revisions by moving the eye around without having to redraw it. So, I think I'm pretty good with this guy. Let me move on to this other guy, his partner. Good thing I have the arm covering most of his face, so I don't have to draw all of it. This other guy looks like he has, it's the dude in the yellow, a little bit more square, rectangular face.
He's Yao Ming. He's Chow Yun Fat.
He does kind of look like Chow Yun Fat, actually.
Hey, you saying all Asian people look the same?
I didn't say that. You were saying that.
Yeah, but I'm not white.
I can kind of see that.
Let's see his knees.
Sean, you're around a bunch of white people though.
All right, this guy, he's kind of got like an angular of a face. It's kind of wide too, and it looks like it's kind of compressed.
Very squarish.
Yeah,
Mm.
and it does come down to like it's got a square jaw. He's got more pronounced eyebrows. He's got like a forehead, a wide forehead.
The other guy has, there's a kind of a style of nose called the arrow nose where the middle part goes downward. This other guy has a nose that kind of is more upward.
You mean the shorter guy has the arrow nose, right?
Yeah.
The first guy, yeah. The eyebrows, you can tell the eyebrows are a little bit more. He's a little younger, so the eyebrows are a little bit bushier, a little bit thicker. Again, I have the drawing has him from a worm's eye perspective looking up, so we're not going to find a lot of pictures that way. So I'm going to have to knock it with get it with the eyebrows is going to be a big thing. He's going to have big bushy eyebrows, and then the hair is going to be another kind of helping identifier.
You might be able to find a picture of him because people look up when you're going to Smash. There's a lot of pictures of that. You might be able to find it. What's his name?
Look up Taiwan badminton gold men's. He does have a second.
Yeah, very different years.
Because you draw a lot of basketball and you judge a lot of basketball, but I know the things in badminton that you judge, like how you hold the racket.
Oh yeah, so okay, yeah. That'd be very
finished.
That's going to be very helpful. So how should they hold the help? How should he hold the racket to make it authentic? Is there something that you can?
How do I show this to you?
Head points downward.
So if you hold your hand out in front of you or your arm out in front of you, and then like where your palm is facing in, like perpendicular, your thumb is up to the sky, and then that's how you want to grab your racket. I guess it is. It's or that's how we always teach it.
Like this?
Like a thumbs up.
Your thumbs. So put your fingers out.
Yeah, then go up and down, up and
like this.
Let me do this. Let me go get my racket. Just a minute.
He's got like a younger face looking, the guy on the right. The nose is a little bit, the distance between the eye and the nose is a little bit shorter than the other guy. It gives off a sense of youthfulness. You know, when you're drawing babies or kids, the thing is to draw the eyes and the nose and the mouth a little bit more compressed together than the rest of the head. A little bulbous thing here, but looks like he has a nice. Is this a bridge?
This is a weird assignment.
This is looking. I think it's looking a little bit like him.
Yeah.
I got my video up.
Oh, here we go.
All right, on Discord.
You can turn on if you really want to. So this is how you hold a racket.
That's not a racket.
Hold on. Let me get the Discord up.
And I can show you.
This is like drawing Ahsoka Tano. Like I think she holds her lightsabers in a very specific way, and no artist gets it right. And then I think their drawings always fail because of it. She's gonna save you from having to do a redraw.
Yeah. So here is a very fresh birdie. Oh.
Oh, that's a real one with feathers on it.
Yeah, real feathers on it.
And there's that cork on top, a cork or something.
Yeah, it's like a cork. So yeah, really fresh one.
Them, they balance that in like there's this wind tunnel. And they put it in there, and then it spins around, and then they can tell if it wobbles. They take the feathers out and rearrange the feathers until it perfectly is centered. So that's why they're so expensive.
Yeah, and you can ruin these quite quickly. So you want to be. I mean, there's. It can get pricey.
Just whack the feathers and it's done.
Yeah. So usually they'll break off like halfway here, and then it won't fly right. And after that, you'll see games they stop the games. Anyways, that's a birdie.
Wow, 300 miles an hour.
How many shuttlecocks do they usually go through in like one game, or like one match?
A lot.
Oh.
It depends. It depends on how often they're hit too. So here's a strong racket. It's gonna be strong. Yeah, it's very thin.
That can move very fast because there's no resistance. It's got no mass to it.
Yeah. So you want to hold it. That's kind of how you hold it. That's how you hold it. So
the thumb is up.
Yeah.
So you're holding it at the end of the racket. Do you choke up on it or no?
So it depends what you're trying to do. If you're working the net, you kind of do want to choke up on it. So you want to kind of go in, and that's how you handle a drop. But you kind of, I move around a lot. I kind of like a different. This is freshly re-gripped, but people get larger grips too, depending on the greens. So it's a little hard to show. But yeah, if you're working the back, then you're gonna be here. But yeah, you do choke up when you're doing work at the net. But yeah, that's kind of how you want to hold it. So when you're gonna look like it's gonna look when you go for kind of like a smash, it's gonna look like I'll have to show you when you draw the racket. Because it'll depend on how the racket's gonna face, and that's the difficult part. Wait, yeah, these are really old rackets though.
How much are the rackets?
Well, these are all carbon fiber. These can go. Our new rackets are like $300 now.
$300 each?
Yeah.
Wow, who knew Courtney did this?
This is my old one.
Oh, Nano. James Quill plays also.
Oh, yeah. So
if you notice,
that's gonna be
high school.
The next competition is gonna be badminton instead of Battle of the Sketches.
Yeah. Shh, this is my ex-boyfriend's.
Holy crap. It's like a very obscure sport. I mean, we don't really play it that much here, right?
Yeah. I don't know. There we go. Yeah, it's not many people play it on the East Coast.
Oh, okay. So there's more. Like, I guess like water polo. No one plays that here, but in California, it's very popular.
Yeah, there's a lot of there's small community centers that actually go kind of hard on badminton. So
I'm pretty happy with this likeness here.
I'll take anybody to go play badminton. So James says he doesn't play, but I can take him.
If you see this guy, he's got a thin lips.
Yeah.
So,
And they smile differently. One smiles with all the top teeth, and one smiles with both teeth,
yeah,
bottom and top.
that's another one, right? So, see this guy, his lips are a little bit thinner, and at the edge, he has a little when he smiles, or like curls up a little bit at the corner of the mouth.
It's
So,
very observant.
some of these things, like obviously, like his lips are, and they can look different. Like, look, when he's stationary, his lips don't look that thin. But when you smile and your mouth goes back, sometimes it can kind of crease it a little bit. Now his hair is a little. His hair kind of goes back and down almost, but I don't know if this is not a great angle to show that. They'll have these buzz cuts. It's kind of a squarish, rectangular-ish.
You have to draw that guy in the middle who has a bowl haircut and the Harry Potter one.
I don't know who he is. I think he's the manager or the coach.
He looks like a kid.
He might be a singles player.
Former player. Oh, he used to be a former player, but he got injured.
That happens.
And then he gave the spot to the taller guy. You guys hear that?
The guy on the right looks like Jerry.
Oh, I was gonna say it does. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't show.
He's the coach, right? Yeah.
He has a bowl haircut.
Oh, no more video from Courtney? I thought we were gonna.
Oh.
We get a foot. Can we get a foot image? Are we drawing feet?
Sure.
Oh yeah. Okay. Let me turn that back on.
That has nothing to do with badminton.
We always
Actually,
go on
it's so
tangents. Come on, this is a tangent break.
It's so cold. My toes are blue. I can't show my feet. They're blue.
My son is playing in a tournament next week. Golf Boy Sunday's son is playing in the badminton.
I had no idea this was such a popular sport.
Wait, where do you live, Golf Boy? See, where
Seattle, Northwest, Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, it's all happening on the West Coast.
Although I would think that badminton has some popularity in wherever there's like a larger Asian population in college.
Yes, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, they're probably on the college, yeah, but
you think his eyes are too far apart?
Photoshop can fix that.
Let me see. His eyes are the shorter guy's eyes are much wider apart. But let me move this guy's eyes in a little bit, see if I can get it. There we go. There we go. Look at that. Oh shit. All right, there we go. I want to draw his body over that. I don't want to mess up the face. Now this guy's known to have when he plays, he has a sleeveless. I think when he was in the Olympics, it was sleeveless.
So he went to NYU, or was it?
What is this guy's name? Huh?
Their names
Leon, the
are
tall guy.
Li Yang and Wang Qilin.
One.
I don't know which one is which. Wang Qilin?
Cheating. There we go. Yep. All right. There we go. So the shorter guy just retired after the Olympics. Yeah, well, okay. Look at this. We got a slight upshot here.
Oh yeah. Look at those arms. Holy cow.
His hair is.
This must be one of those. This sport moves so fast that so much of those movements are probably just instinct. Like you.
Well, whenever have you watched it on? I mean, we watched it during the Olympics, and it was like. There's nothing like playing it recreationally.
Yeah. It's even better in person, though. It's crazy to watch in person. On TV, but in person, it's.
What is the thing that they hit called?
I'm sorry?
What is the thing that they hit called?
Shuttlecock.
Shuttlecock? Birdie?
Somebody clip Sean saying shuttlecock. Except take out the shuttle.
Where do all these clip shots go? There should be a folder of them by this point, so.
Oh, so where did this sport originate? It sounds very European.
Japan had a very old game that they played with paddles, and they had like this little it was kind of like a racket game, but I don't think that's where it originated. The origins of badminton can be traced back to games played with shuttlecocks in Greece, China, and India over 2,000 years ago. Modern version originated in 1873 at Badminton House in Gloucestershire, England.
You think they play with like dead birds? I mean, that's hit a dead bird back and forth.
I wonder what early birdies look like.
What should the let's see. You guys want to help me figure out what some of these superpowers might be for these guys?
Superpowers.
Well, they have a superhero outfit, but like the other one that I drew before, she had like she was able to turn the racket into a fire dragon, and then her arms are like made of ice, so she has like fire and ice. But what should these two guys kind of be?
So one guy's racket's sort of like a Doctor Strange type energy, weird thing with Chinese writing in it.
Okay, I kind of like that. All right, okay. So the racket kind of has like an energy thing, and then what else?
And he has this child in his knee.
He has Quato in his knee.
He has a Quato in his leg.
He has a Quato in his knee. So as I'm making up like the suit, I mean I got the general premise of the suit last time we worked it out, but here, I'm kind of just riffing on some designs, like the shoulder pad. You see, I kind of drew the shoulder pad, but then I thought, oh, maybe it'd be kind of cool to have this like a little connector thing on top of the shoulder pad, right? So like a little latch thing. So it looks like the shoulder pad itself could flap up and down with a little latch mechanism.
The overhead shots.
It gives it a little bit of a better. You're adding a little bit more detail, right? There's a little bit of functionality to it. Instead of just drawing like one smooth piece, so we're getting a little bit more technical. try to give a little bit more dimensionality to the outfit, to the uniform. Pull back, we see. I got the Lee Wong guy. He's a little bit more of a defensive stance, and then the other guy. A little bit more offensive. Do they have any other? Are there any other equipment that these guys wear? That no sweatbands, nothing.
Their knees are always busted.
A lot of them do wear sweatbands.
I'm gonna give them like a little, maybe some wristband protector things. Since this guy usually wears a sleeve, I'm gonna give him a little bit of a sleeve. But here, okay, so this is Courtney here. I'm to the point where I'm drawing him holding the. Is there a name for the racket, or is it just a racket? It's not a racket cock.
It is not a racket cock.
It's a
Cock
cock
racket,
blocker.
cock blocker.
Cock block.
Yeah. Cock knocker.
So you say the thumb has to be up?
I think the way you have it right now, with the knuckles kind of aiming outward and the thumb on the left side, is correct.
Oh, like this or no?
Yes. If you're going to have kind of like that almost side view of the racket where it's kind of slimming out and not like forward facing.
Yeah. Well, I think I should have it back. So the racket's kind of going away from us.
Yes.
That way it's.
So I think that's good. Yeah, you kind of tilt. The way you do that is you kind of tilt your wrist. You can kind of have that. I'll take a picture and send it to you. So then you can actually like.
While you have the camera up.
Mm-hmm. What about while I have the camera up?
Oh no, nothing.
Okay. Let's see.
You know, a monkey's arm, they can't hold a racket like that. Where I think one of the things that we have is the unique ability to take something like a racket or a bat and then have it be an extension of our arm. So it's kind of like one long line from your shoulder. Because usually when you hold stuff, it's a 90-degree angle. So, and that's the benefit of the opposable thumb. Oh, someone else is on. Who's on? Fletch? Is Fletch there?
Konnichiwa.
You're still in Japan? You can't still be in Japan, right?
I am.
Wow, that's crazy. You've been there so long.
I went to Osaka. I'm now in Yokohama. So I was in Tokyo, then Osaka, now Yokohama.
What's going on in Yokohama?
Looking up with a Yokohama mama.
I'm going to try the Chinatown out here, but I got sick on my way from Osaka to here, so I got a slight cold.
Oh yeah, you can hear it in your voice.
Yeah.
Wherever you are, are you there kind of with the same thing as CB? Because he's out there too.
No, CB's doing his own thing with his wife.
Oh.
I'm just a solo traveler on my vagabond shoes.
You were hanging out with. I see you were hanging out with Larry. How do you know Larry?
How do you know Larry?
I was his teacher.
You were really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Larry is friends with Eddie Choi, and he Adiz. They're all good friends, and I met him through Eddie. And, we kept in touch, and he works at Universal now.
Yep.
Yeah, so he's doing well. He just got married last week.
Oh, he got married. No shit.
A couple weeks ago. Yeah, he moved to Tokyo. He moved to Japan. And,
But he's in Osaka, right?
What's that?
He's in Osaka.
Yeah, he moved to Osaka a couple years ago, and got a girlfriend a year ago, and got married.
And now he's in Tokyo,
Wow.
or he's still in Osaka?
Still Osaka. Are you still on, or is this over?
We're on. You're
We're
on.
live.
Hello, everybody.
It's
Fletch,
Fletch.
Fletch from all the way from Japan.
Yes, yeah. So Larry's doing great. Yeah, I met his wife. She's a great person, really lovely lady, and he's doing well over at Universal. He looks happy. He looks balanced. It's very good to see.
I like to claim that I taught Larry everything he knows.
About getting women?
Before I met Larry, he couldn't draw in perspective. After
Oh,
yeah. Although I didn't teach him that. He taught himself. I'm very proud of Larry from when I met him to now he's like drawing perspective. He's like designing rides for Universal.
yeah.
You know, before he couldn't handle any kind of perspective. It was very
It's come a long way.
yeah.
What's up? I guess you can't say his last name.
Well, Larry also knows. He's also famous for being on the Conan O'Brien show.
Is he really? I didn't know that.
You didn't know that? He's on the Conan O'Brien show. He would dress up as Harry Potter, and would go to the Conan O'Brien show, and they would pick him up, they would pick him out of the audience. So
Really?
he got to stand in front with Conan for a while. Yeah.
Wow. The other reason I knew Larry is that he and Anise and Eddie and I were part of we would watch big premieres on IMAX and the Universal IMAX, actually coincidentally in Burbank. So yeah, we were big movie fans.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Larry's a big Godzilla fan too. He loves Godzilla.
Mm.
Conan.
I have to look it up.
Oh, look at this. Okay. I think this might be it. Excuse the commercial. Let's skip out of this.
Harry Potter movie?
Send me the link.
Can you guys hear this?
Oh my
I
God!
see it. Wait,
This guy's way too excited about the new Harry Potter movie. You got way too...
That's Larry.
Is he dressed?
He's wearing a Hogwarts
He's
outfit.
wearing a hobbit, but you went crazy. I didn't see you there. I just mentioned Harry Potter, and this guy jumped. I'm serious. He jumped out. He went, ah! You've just been praying all day that I would mention Harry Potter. Is that the Thunderbolt?
who's the woman?
You have the Thunderbolt? Do you have the Thunderbolt?
I like how he's just doing bubblegum.
How old are you? Oh, 26. Oh, okay. Okay.
This show is turning into The Price is Right. Or
No,
something.
it's just
I mean, the other one. Let's make
people
it
come in
real.
costumes. Next week there'll be people dressed as cows, 2 of them.
So there's a couple times where he gets called up.
Oh yeah.
It's more than once.
Send me the link. Like,
I just did Harry Potter fan Conan. Search on
okay.
YouTube. Look at that. You got the Hulk Conan.
I was supposed to go to an onsen today, but
Oh wow.
I missed. But it's good for tomorrow too, so I'll go tomorrow. But yeah, I I just woke up about a couple hours ago, and so I had to order holiday cards. So I have to order my holiday cards, so I just ordered that.
All right.
Are you like in hotels while you're there, mostly? Or?
Yeah, all the hotels. They're really cheap too. I booked ahead of time, so my
I was
hotel.
wondering how you can stay there for so long at a hotel. Like I would think I would just eventually run out of money. So,
But it's like 60 bucks a night, whatever.
oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
I mean,
Yeah, it's
hotels
pretty-
in Japan, you get the big salaryman hotel. It's really like a size of a closet, but it's not that bad.
Yeah.
It's a bed,
My
a
hotel's-
bathroom. A bathroom has a tub, but it's like a squat tub. It's not like a full tub, right?
Yeah. This hotel I'm staying at is part of the JR train line hotels, JR East.
Yeah.
But the one reason why I like it is because this one's called JR East Mets Hotel. I don't know what the Mets stand for.
Oh.
I'm a big Mets fan, so it's not the baseball team, but
Yeah, look at Larry's drawings. I mean, they're extremely impressive.
yeah,
The paintings, he does little paintings.
yeah.
I mean, this is a guy who could not draw at all when I first met him.
Yeah, he's come a long way. He's managing a team now that does all the.
I mean, I might
renders
have to hit him up for some work. I might have to call him boss one day.
Yeah.
Boss Larry Boss.
Good guy, really good guy.
Yeah, I mean, literally. I mean, and he does these things here. If you look at this, there's little landscapes everywhere he goes.
Oh, that's
So he's
neat.
practicing his craft, watercolor landscapes, right? And here's another one. See, he does these little watercolor landscapes. But somehow he figured out perspective.
He had a good teacher.
You know, yeah, it was a point where he was drawing almost, I wouldn't say like stick figures, but it was nowhere near anywhere this skill set. And through hard work and dedication and practice, at some point, I think, he was able to break through, kind of really get into that understanding of space and dimension. And now that's all he does is like design spaces, not even paint people. Although he paints Godzilla. But
Yeah, I'm to paint you, Fletch.
yeah, look at that. Look at that.
We need more Fletch art from different artists other than Bernard and Jerry.
Taipei 101. This is the Taipei right here.
Let's get him on the show in a couple weeks.
Yeah, I wonder if he has any of his old drawings. I don't think he would. But look at even this. He's painting planes, buildings. This is how you learn. Little paintings. They don't have to be big things. These are not things that you're going to hang up in a museum. But they're all light study. They're all practice. Drawing from real life. Yeah, from that first class that I taught at Art Center, there are a few of those kids ended up being like, professional artists afterwards. I mean, I only had them for a semester, so really, in all reality, I can't really claim anything. But
oh, he went to art school? Yeah.
Well, he eventually ended up enrolling full-time at Art Center after the class that I taught. And then I think over the course of 3 or 4 years there, really built. I mean, look at some of these.
These are fun.
If I met him before. I met some of your students. Like we went out to eat once, and then we met him at a convention. A bunch of them.
Yeah, Larry. Like the first night we had I don't. Were you there, Sean? I know Tommy and
Like
John
went to
Paul were
Chinatown.
there. You know, you guys came over. Were you there, Sean? It was after like L.A. Comic Con or something, a wizard show,
Yeah.
and we gave a lecture. And Larry offered to give us a ride
Yeah,
after
yeah.
class, but he was like he was gonna ride in the trunk.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You were there, so you were there, Sean. That was the kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was like, "All right, you can drive my car, and he'll sit in the trunk." So
Nobody rides on laps anymore, I guess.
well, I always rib him for that. I'm like, you're no longer riding in the trunk anymore, Larry. We have to ride in the
Larry's
trunk.
riding
now.
shotgun now.
Yeah, look at it. Okay. So this is really it's a skill set. I mean, it did take a few years, but
It's not overnight. You know, he's got to.
right. Is this his wedding? No, this is a painting of a wedding. All right. Anyways, so
Yeah.
I'm doing
It's
a
a
little
small community.
Yeah, I'm doing a little curvature here on the racket. Is this Courtney? For reference sake, is this okay if I do like a little curvature of the racket, or
Yeah, it actually looks really good because there is a bend when you're hitting high speed. A bend does come because these are carbon fiber, but they do kind of have. I mean, you can get a little bit of a bend, but it looks fun. And
like you whip it.
Yeah.
Can I exaggerate the bend a little bit more like this?
I mean, it's a cartoon, so I mean, or like cartoony drawing. It's a drawing. You can do whatever you want.
So what kind
make it look like it's warping?
Yeah. So what kind of superpower would he be doing with this racket, besides just being awesome badminton players? Is there something with the?
You can have a really powerful smash. You can like turn birdies into fireballs, I guess.
Well, because the other one I had, again, if you look at the other one, she has this racket that turns into a dragon, and her arms are ice, and she's floating in the air with these clouds.
Oh, it is the racket. Because before I thought it was more like you know how they have the puppets where they have like the things on the head.
Yeah.
Like that's what I thought when you first sent the picture. I was like, oh, and now I was like, the racket's a little short on that. Just so you know, I'd extend it or try to extend it a little bit more.
Fletcher, you're gonna go to the Yamazaki distillery?
No, you gotta book that months ahead of time. And that was I found out that when I was in Osaka.
Did you see Harry?
Yeah, Harry's going to talk about it. We went to a couple of sake warehouses, sake distilleries. Yeah, and we went to three of them. Two of them were really good. One of them was kind of average. But the Yamazaki, though, next year, if I go back to Tokyo, Osaka, I want to do that distillery tour.
D. Rogers is
Yamazaki
here.
is in Kyoto, actually, or like right outside Kyoto.
Yeah.
How long are you gonna be there till? Fletch?
I'll come back the 21st.
Oh, okay. I'm going.
Is this a 3-week trip?
Yeah.
Wow, that's great.
I'm going for 3 weeks in February. I'm going to go to the Chichibu Matsuri, the Chichibu Whiskey Festival.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
there's some great deals now. I saw, in January, but what's that budget airline? Tokyo Airline.
Zip Air.
Yeah, Zip Air. Like $400 or $500 round trip. I was like, what?
Wow.
In January.
But Zip
That's
Air,
crazy.
it's a subsidiary of Japan Airlines, but
Mhm.
they don't have television monitors, and there's no
That's fine.
food. It's just a ticket. But you can
Yeah.
add food for additional costs, but it's still very reasonably priced. And then they do
Yeah.
have free Wi-Fi, so if you have a laptop or an iPad or a phone, you can stream stuff while you're on the plane.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I wonder if they charge for. I think they charge for baggage though.
Probably yes, probably.
Baggage charges can get really pricey. They charge you $100 anyways for like check bags.
One thing I like to know, you don't have that much stuff to Japan because if you're staying at different hotels, usually have like washing machine, drying machine, so you get to bring like a couple days worth of clothes. What? For pretty cheap.
Just buy new clothes, man.
Go to Uniqlo. Buy new clothes.
Do what I do.
That's what I do.
I shit in my underwear and then I have to throw it out.
That's why you got diapers.
Yeah, just get diapers and then throw that out. Come on, think.
Oh my god.
Think.
It's not possible to crap your pants on purpose.
I did a test run on them just to make sure that they hold a significant amount.
Oh.
Good to know. Good to know.
It's taking them off that's like the messy part after you're done. But and it gets heavy, right? Because D. Rogers is here. Good to see D. Rogers. Jamie Odell's here. Good to see Jamie Odell. Carson McKinney. What's up, Carson McKinney? Good to see Carson. Are you back home from winter break senior year, down at SCAD? It went from the warm weather up to the cold weather, I see. Golf Boy says I was the spark. I don't know, spark for what. Anyways.
Oh, for Larry to become a better.
Oh, Larry. Yeah. Well, we'll see. Larry's a good guy. Anyways.
Yeah.
So okay, what about this guy here with the racket?
I gotta jump.
You gotta
pick up a new pair. Yeah.
All right. Thanks for jumping on, Fletch.
Posting those pictures.
Happy holidays. Yeah, I gotta post more pictures.
Happy holidays. Have a safe trip home.
Feel better.
I'll talk to you guys a little bit. I'll get you some new underwear, Bernard. Let me know what size you are.
Huh? Underwear? Adult large. For volume. I need like the largest volume.
I'll get it from one of those
The vending machine.
All right, guys. I'll catch you in a bit.
All right.
Bye. Feel better, Fletch.
Thanks. Bye.
See this one.
It kind of looks like he's going for backhanded overhead, although it works.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Or should I, Sean? Should I make these like Thor, like hammers, or should these guys have like?
Hard to say. There's not much volume to them at all. They're very, very wispy and very linear.
Yeah.
That's why I was saying that Doctor Strange, like how he makes those electric mandala type symbols and stuff.
What do you mean, like those circular things?
Whatever those like spinning symbols that he makes that are kind of just look like designs, like rune symbols and stuff.
With the racket or with the hands?
I would say with the racket.
Because I was gonna do this. This other guy here. Well, I have one guy. This guy's a ping pong guy, table tennis.
Oh, you have to do that too.
And then I'm gonna
That
have
sport's
him
insane.
jumping out of like a teleport, like a, you know.
Oh yeah, the portal
Yeah.
type thing.
And then this one, with that, he's swinging the paddle in a circular motion, so it's gonna have some kind of like pattern there. So this one's gonna be like kind of gonna have that feel to it. I don't know. You think? And the other girl, she has the dragon one already, so I don't. Oh, I guess I could do like.
Energy.
Yeah, some kind of.
Right, Chinese character. Oh, like that's a like a heads-up display, like an Iron Man type thing.
Something, yeah. But then this guy. This is the problem here. Not because of the angle that it shows.
Yeah, you can't see his racket, but you can probably see like the trail of his swing. You might be able to do something with that.
I'm getting a little sick. Thanks, Fletch. Is it still really cold in New York?
It's warm today, but it's getting cold again.
It was freezing last week.
Yeah, there was one day that was really cold. We had like all the puddles froze over.
This guy's known to bare his arms, so I'm gonna have to draw him without the sleeveless. Now, Sean, in this case, do you usually finish a figure first? Because you see, I'm jumping back and forth between the two.
Wait, I think that's it's probably best to jump around and build it up in stages. But yeah, I mean, I get into a bad habit of just laying it out and then just focusing on one guy.
Anything happened in the comic book industry this week?
Nothing. It's been kind of dead.
Well, quiet. It's the holiday season.
Yeah, it's quiet to the point where like the Bob Layton news was probably it became bigger news because there was less going on.
Oh, it was on Bleeding Cool, but someone sent that to me. But that's like a month or two old. A month old at least.
Yeah, I kind of want to know what happened though. I mean,
he said he just got a notice one day. We mentioned this a couple streams ago. He just got a notice one day saying that he didn't adhere to community guidelines, something about integrity, and then that was it. It was turned off.
Kind of interested to know what
60 degrees in the DMV. Wow. Simple Man's here. Good to see Simple Man. What's up, Tony? Wow, shit. Jimbo, are you going home for the holidays or are you staying in the DMV?
What's the DMV?
The Maryland, isn't the Maryland DC Maryland area?
Oh, okay. It's not the Department of Motor Vehicles.
Well, if it's the Department of Motor Vehicles, I would think it would be a lot warmer than 60 degrees.
I heard DMZ, and I was like, I know he's Korean, but that's kind of
DMZ is the militarized zone.
yeah.
What's up with the martial law? Anybody? Any takes?
Martial law.
Hot takes?
What do you mean martial law?
The South Korean president declared martial law last week
Oh, right.
for a few hours.
Can you still go there as a tourist?
He's been impeached.
Yeah, he's been since impeached. But
I think you can still go there.
who can go there? Everybody can go there. It's not
Mhm.
But it was a sudden dramatic twist. What about position of the figures? Like, these are kind of generic poses that I have.
Generic?
Well, it's
I
kind
would
of
do
generic
jump
action
smash
poses.
myself.
Huh?
But
Smash.
Are you usually on the balls of your feet, or?
yeah. You're doing it right. Like a very wide stance. But a jump smash is when you kind of arch your body back and you jump as high as you can. Well, those guys get a lot of air.
You notice here, like on the foot, I drew this guy's foot like way too big the first time. It's a little way too big. Context.
Oh, did you imagine that that foot was coming forward?
I think I just drew it way too big. I was just trying to get the drawing done. So, but I wanted to have some kind of torque. Here, like I'm trying to draw the foot so that it looks like he's making a cut, kind of. So
I think in tennis, the ball, the fastest it goes is about like 120, something like that, 140. So I'm surprised to hear that this is one of the faster sports because, I mean, that shuttlecock has feathers on it.
Go check out some videos, Sean. They got it clocked. It's pretty crazy.
It was like squash. That looks like a pretty fast ball.
Yeah, that's a fast sport too. It's much smaller.
have you ever been hit in the face with a shuttlecock?
Me? Hell yeah. I got hit many times.
Does it hurt?
Yeah. You'll be bruised. I remember I played with my ex-boyfriend was actually kind of the reigning champ in San Diego or Southern California. So I played with him all the time, and his family played. And I remember his dad smashed it in my face, which you usually shouldn't. Like if you're up close to the net, like you don't go in for a smash. And I think I feel like he still did it on purpose. He was very proud of himself. He was a quiet guy.
Oh my God. Jeez.
Look, I'll never forget that.
Was he disapproving of his of your relationship with his son?
So. No, I think he was just. They were a funny family. They goofed off a lot. So I just remember I'm like, you seem really proud of yourself.
It seems like when that game gets going, there's really no time to even. So much of it is going by reflexes and instinct. Like, can you actually plan where you hit the thing? Because it just seems like you're just returning it.
Yep. When you're playing doubles, it's harder. Singles, you can. Singles, you want to control the pace. like, and you don't want to be constantly reacting. So you can, if you watch any singles games in particular, you can see who's reacting and struggling to get to shots versus those who aren't, those who are controlling it and are able to take the shots that they want to take instead of just reacting. So, but keeping, you don't want to, you want to keep a pace. Also, you burn yourself out. So all the younger kids, when I would coach them, they love to smash. Everybody likes to smash, but that wastes a lot of energy. Nobody likes to drop, even though it's a really good shot. It's kind of like layups versus like dunking.
Right.
You know, it's like a layup. If you get it down, like you got your shot in. Dunking is a lot more energy. Like you're like all kids want to dunk, but it's like.
So is this net very high? I mean, it seems like it could be a very high net.
I think
Like
it's
volleyball high.
Not as high as volleyball.
No.
How high is volleyball? Like 10? 9?
And yeah, it's
9 feet? 8 feet?
I can see over the net, so it's about, I want to say it's 5 feet. It's actually not that. It's not that high.
Lurky Lurk is here. Does Lurky Lurk play badminton?
A lot of people play badminton here. It's kind of,
Yeah, people are coming out of
even
the
Asian
woodworks
people
today
thought I
with
was
the
weird when
badmints.
I played badminton. They're like, "What? You're so weird."
Sean played at one point in his life.
No, I play in the backyard.
Played backyard badminton.
Is and pick up badminton, like if you lose, do you have to give up your shuttlecocks? Volleyball is 8 feet high.
Oh, that's a high net.
That is a high net. No, you can make bets, but
So in
I've never
badminton,
heard of that.
there's got to be those shots where you kind of dink it over. Like if your opponent's very far toward the back, you can kind of dink it over. But that goes so slowly that the guy can actually just run all the way up back to the front. Like if you,
So that I was mentioning it earlier. So that's a drop. So when you drop, you want to, like, if you can kind of, that's when you want to kind of flick it and make the birdie kind of spin in a way where they can't return it. And if you get it right on the net, it'll catch the net. You want to get as close to, and then that's where, if you drop it, you want to get as close to the net as possible. You don't want it to bounce off your racket. It's hard to explain. But a good drop will kind of have it tumble over. So when they run up to the front, they would hit, they can't return it easily. And they would hit either the feathers or they'd kind of just volley it into the air, and then you could just smash it down really easily.
Yeah, I usually have a hard time. I played it a couple times, but I can't even hit the shuttlecock. So
I never thought of it, but as soon as you hit that shuttlecock, it's facing the wrong way, so it has to change direction, turn around in the air, which is really
I
weird.
never figured that out. Do you just hit it, or are you trying to hit it in a part? You trying to get a particular angle on it?
You get an angle on it if you want to like cut it, do trick shots.
You can cut. There's like a tennis ball, like a slice.
Yeah.
You
You slice it. Slicing is it's all wrist work, or it's a lot of wrist work. Like tennis is more arm, shoulder. Badminton is a lot of wrist. I mean, these guys have muscles, obviously, but they're not as like ripped. You'll see their thighs are very, very strong because they're constantly lunging and jumping. But, compared to like other athletes, and you do obviously use your arms, but it's a lot of wrist work. That's where the detail is.
gonna separate these
Bernard,
two.
for you not knowing really the sport, this isn't a bad like
Representation.
kind of dynamic shot for all of them.
Oh, thanks. I mean, I did watch a couple games, so some of this is just like
Yeah.
from memory watching the games, but. And then I'm thinking like racquetball and tennis, and,
Yeah, it's all kind of the same in a way.
Although I gotta turn the wrist here.
Mm.
I could get the right angle.
You know, that thing where you try to get torque in the body, where like the spine is twisting. I was always taught like it's a good thing to do, but it is a good thing to do. But I found out if you don't do it, and then the body is in complete alignment, like there's an action shot, but the head and the shoulders and the hips and the feet are all kind of facing the same way. It's not just like that it doesn't work. It's terrible every time.
It's boring.
And in comics, you can almost say that you can never do that. And other than if they're in the military and they're standing at attention, you can never draw everything that's in alignment.
It has to be something moving away, coming to us. All right, how's that?
That's corny, the art director. This is like an ad job when the art director is standing over your shoulders.
Yeah, it's not really. If you can try to not have him cocking his wrist back, I guess at that point when you're trying to do that thought, your wrist wouldn't be in that position yet. Really, when you right before you make contact with the birdie is when you kind of flick it.
What would his offhand be doing?
Peace sign.
Pulling peace sign. Yeah. I would say pulling back. Just so your offhand is also when you're first taught badminton, you're taught how to use your offhand too. So especially when you go for your first shot, your first overhead shot, you kind of are taught to reach up. This is how I always taught it, and I was taught myself to almost like reach up with your offhand while you cock back, and then swing through. So at that point, you're kind of on the other side, so it's going to be kind of behind him. Yeah, it'd be kind of like either his like a peak of his elbow or kind of his hand like that. That's kind of how kind of bracing.
Does this look weird? Hold on, let me finish this.
It does kind of look.
It's hard to tell.
I'd probably bring it down. Like you can even bring it kind of same. Yeah, it is a little hard.
It looks weird, but it's turning all the way around.
It's also tough when that hand completely disappears behind the body. Then it's not in front or back. And that's
you
a tough thing to do.
You can put it kind of straight, even like straight down near the top of his thigh that's coming up. Even that, because it's still behind him and it's still parallel. So it doesn't have to be, or it's still like, it doesn't have to be fully, behind.
Let me try this. Hold on.
Let's see if I can find a picture.
He's got bubble tea.
Backhand.
So, how many sports you have to do? I mean, you're doing a table tennis.
Table
And then-
tennis, baseball.
Oh my god! Don't you have comics to draw? This is like
Yeah. I draw Power Man. What if his hand was just like... like this?
I mean, does it? I mean,
Shit,
I don't-
what, is it better than a fist or like...
I'd really have it kind of down. What's that? Like that's. I mean, no, it's kind of at this
there
point.
you
It's like
go.
fine.
Martial arts.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
He's flipping off the guy behind him.
he's doing the shocker. It's cool how you can, with the outer extremities, you can do whatever you want as long as the spine is the core. And then everything else can just do whatever.
There you go. Let's give him the bird. Bird.
Hope they don't watch this stream. Maybe if you can do like the Buddhist hand.
Well, I think I'm just gonna do
Yeah.
this. Just, first two fingers
think that's
together. So
Yeah, that'll be fine. That's good. That's good. That's
it's
good.
like he's exerting a little bit of energy, like it's like pushing it a little bit, kind
Very athletic, not too gay,
Yeah.
So
Not too what?
not too gay.
That's GHEY.
Okay.
All right. The padding of the thumb, and then this. What is this called? This ball.
The drumstick.
No, they got the pad. This little. Yeah, is this thing?
The
Bone
tendon.
and vein right at the middle of the wrist.
And that's probably the hand pronator tendon.
Is it a tendon? Yeah,
Some
tendon.
Do you see like on Instagram? They usually give you a warning if you're about to see something that's kind of sensitive.
Right.
But I saw like there's this really crazy angry guy who punches a window of his wife, ex-wife,
Oh yeah.
and then
they cut
glass
himself.
cuts his upper arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you see blood appear immediately,
Yep.
and then he went from badass to like call the police, like
Yeah.
please. And I don't know what happened to him, but that was the most disturbing thing I've seen, and it wasn't covered by any type of warning, and I kept seeing it again and again. And
They say in the comments that guy survived, but I saw another one where a guy died, and a very similar thing where the guy was so mad he punched the window, and then the shard like sliced him right on the like right here,
Ugh.
and then then
It's
apparently that guy
awful.
died.
Yeah, you can bleed out real quick.
Ugh. And then there's always a guy in the comments who said, like, I'm fine. I'm completely fine. I'm not the guy in the video, but I just want you to know I'm fine.
What guy hasn't punched a window or a wall?
I'm never going to do it again. I thought there was no danger in it.
Dr. Midnight says, one thing I try to work on lately is not having a person squared straight when standing and not
Very
looking
important.
unnatural and stiff. Yes. So I always consider like moving the figure, twisting it. You know, one thing that could help is if you happen to have like a figure, like you see how stiff this body is, right? Because there's no twist in the torso of Jon Stewart. So whatever you do, you know, it's always very stiff. But if the body can twist and turn, try to get
Yeah,
this
and
guy here.
quite often you don't face people so that their shoulders are square. You can still, like, it really only matters if they're looking with their head or even their eyes at making contact. But the body can be slightly at an angle, and that just looks more natural.
You know, if it was Shang-Chi, although you can't really get too much, but there's at least a little bit of a twist and turn.
Shang-Chi looks so bored. That's the most boring face I've ever seen. He looks so unimpressed.
He's so good at fighting, he just doesn't care anymore.
See, if
Are they
there's
in a
this-
second movie?
so if you see like if there's a slight twist, you look at the difference between the two, right? The Shang-Chi is a little bit more dynamic, just by the twisting of the
the
and
hips.
turning of the hips and the waist, whereas Jon Stewart looks like he's just posing. So, and it's the same arm, head, but the twisting of the, see, that's the same arm and hand, but if you just twist the body, crunch it a little bit,
I think that the ironic thing is, in real life, you have to work to stiffen up your body and make it very rigid and keep all the limbs in alignment, because it's your natural inclination just to kind of relax. But when it comes to drawing, your inclination is to draw very rigid because you almost need a reason to move things around. So you end up looking like a Egyptian hieroglyphic. So you actually have to work hard to make a figure look relaxed.
and this here, the foot, this is like the Spider-Man, the old Marvel Comics Spider-Man where he's running at you. It's the bottom of the foot. All right, let's get out of here. Sean, you got anything you want to add? Any questions from chat?
This the last stream of the year, is there a couple more?
No, what's next week? Let me look at the calendar.
Is it Christmas Eve?
Christmas Eve.
Oh,
Yeah, we might stream
I don't know.
Christmas
I don't
Eve.
care. I'm Jewish.
Yeah. We might stream
Hanukkah
Christmas
comes
Eve.
late.
What do
maybe
you
we
think?
can make that one of those giveaway shows where I'll just compile a lot of artwork, and then we can. I mean, they won't receive it by Christmas, but
Yeah, they'll get it. They'll get it sometime 2025, 26.
Yeah, let's do that. Because less people will be on here, and it'll be me, and then I will win.
We can give away a bunch of art. Yeah.
yeah.
Next stream will be
All
a
right, I'll save this stuff.
Christmas Eve Santa giveaway.
I'll have my feet out and more badminton tips coming at you.
Simple man walked through a half-inch thick plate glass window. Ooh, shit. Did you see that? I posted on Instagram this kid running after a Spider-Man cosplayer. Hilarious. If you're just watching, make sure you hit that follow button on Twitch. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the thumbs up for the algorithms and the subscribe. We're trying to get the
Kevin
YouTube.
PUS says scratchers. We need scratchers.
Huh? Oh, get some scratchers? Okay.
Yeah. Let's get our gamble on.
Get some scratchers. And yeah, Crispy Papa, do I owe you any more artwork? Probably. Yo, Jimbo, thanks for moderating today. All right, Sean, you got anything last things you want to say? Let's rate a channel. James Quo, anybody we should rate? Or anybody have suggestions on who to rate? Let's see who's on.
Big Titty Asian Rabbit Bunny.
James recommended something. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Can you spell it for me so I can type it in? Because I can't see it.
LEDESMIDE.
LED
EF
EF
MID G.
LEDESMI less meaty?
Yeah.
Okay.
Less meaty.
Oh, Rogue. Oh. It's drawing a rogue.
It is meaty.
Looks like it's a big rogue or something. I think it's a rogue. All right, well, thank you for watching, everybody. Enjoy the last week before Christmas and Hanukkah. And when's Kwanzaa?
Same day as Hanukkah, the day after Christmas.
Okay. Enjoy your holidays. Happy holidays. See you guys next week.
Happy holidays.
Next week is probably the last stream of the week of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because then it's the 31st, so no one's going to be here on the 31st. So, okay. Everybody's going to be out.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Did we raid?
It looks like it. Oh wow. She's doing like actual painting.
Yeah, it's like a big ass X-Men painting.